brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. But who's it going out to? We don't know. The internet is down, but hey, if you're listening, that means you're probably within earshot. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Friday morning. Hi, Ollie.
It's within earshot.
Ollie's within earshot. There he is. The weather is not on the playlist editor yet.
Oh, well, that's how you know things are really messed up.
Yeah, things are really messed up. 2020's been really weird. We haven't had the weather on our computer program, and it comes and goes. Thank goodness that's the worst thing that's happened this year. So yeah, the internet is down, but hey, we're going to continue doing this anyway because there's a podcast to be edited for later. So if the internet's down, you can't hear us now, maybe hear us later on the podcast.
We'll just talk amongst ourselves in the meantime.
Fair enough. How you doing? No, I don't want to.
Right.
Got a couple things to talk about. Hey Clay, which is being passed out at Co-op. Pretty sure it's drugs. It's not drugs, but it is Play-Doh. It's kind of cool, actually. We got a whole bunch of bags of it when we bought groceries the other day. YK Women's Hockey, allowed to play. Sure, let's talk about that. Because, I mean, like, it's becoming more and more confusing by the day what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. Now, I'm not one to be like, well, my freedoms and all that stuff. I'm just like, I wouldn't mind an explanation.
And that one's just frustrating a lot of people.
That one, of
just
course.
Little things.
Well, yeah, because they have to play 4 and 4. So anyway, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. What else you got?
Halloween stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's more than a month away.
It is more than a month away, but people are preparing for it because they want to know what we're able to do. So there's a lot of memes and stuff being shared around the internet, of course, across North America, just because people are like, well, what are we going to do for this? Coming up with solutions, adapting or dying. That's what we do as human beings and as animals.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin, Yola. Ride out to the country, or ride out in the country, I should say. I'm a terrible radio host. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Friday morning. Get all the songs wrong. They're right there in front of my face.
Do you even know what YOLA stands for?
You only live always. Sounds like a Bond movie.
Nailed it.
You only live always.
The most optimistic Bond theme in the history of the franchise.
Well, he got married and had a couple of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only live always. That's what he thinks when he looks at his kids. Like, you know what? After all these years of killing, I look into my son's eyes. You only live always.
You only live forever. Yolf.
Ooh, I can't wait until James Bond has kids, settles down. That's going to be a good TV show. Speaking of movies, which we weren't, well, kind of. Drive-in movie night tonight. Tickets are sold out. I mean, if you want to watch from across the street, you can, but we won't have any sound. Right?
No, although it will be on a radio frequency.
But we're not going to give away that radio frequency.
So if you can deduce what that is, you may get a really low quality audio feed.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's how I love watching Back to the Future.
We all know picture
that's right.
is more important than audio.
That's right. I mean, I can.
If you can't quote Back to the Future from front to back, then what have you been doing with your life up
That's
to this
exactly
point?
right. Great Scott. Huh?
Very nice.
There we go.
Very nice.
So that's tonight's the drive-in movie. Back to the Future is the feature for this evening. The weather looks like it's going to hold out, which is great. It's supposed to be nice today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the weather yesterday suggested today was going to get up to 16.
Were you struggling to find the word weather?
Yeah. It's Friday morning. I don't care about the weather. So
it's supposed to be nice though. All weekend,
nice
apparently.
all weekend long. I hate that. You know what I mean? Like we had a couple of nice
Saturday.
weekends, and like we went out kayaking on probably the last weekend we could have without it being frosty.
Yeah.
And then we played a little golf last weekend, and I was like, okay, this is probably. But then there's been some nice days since then. But like you're like, okay, you've come to the end of it. You come to the end of the summer. You're like, okay, I'm ready for it to be frosty, and let's settle into it. And then, like, there's the third weekend in September, and it gets super nice again. And you're just like, I don't feel like going out. And then you feel like you're missing out on stuff.
That's nicer than it was in mid-October suddenly.
That's right. Because a bunch of jerks go out and like, oh, you better get those last days of summer in.
Oh,
like,
I'm going to be saying that.
I know. You're going to be out with your yak pack, and you just be like, what a beauty day. Thank goodness this summer's not over yet. Blah, blah, blah.
I plan on being insufferable.
Too late. If you were lucky enough to get a ticket for this evening's feature, awesome. Well done. Of course, we do have the double feature coming up on October 2nd. I mean, all tickets are taken, but I mean, just like anything else that happens in Yellowknife, keep an eye out on Facebook.
Yeah.
And also, keep an eye out on Facebook for people who can't go. Maybe they can. There's probably a way to transfer tickets, or unless they're going with the list that they have. The city of Yellowknife has been very, very unclear as to how they're doing this. So I'd like to know. So if actually, I'll put that out to you right now, City of Yellowknife, who is listening to our every word and watching our every action with their cameras.
Look at you taking advantage of the internet being down.
Right. I'll put it to you, YK. What are we doing if people can't come?
I think that just means more space for everyone.
Well, no, but I mean, like, there was a list, right? So there's a whole bunch of people that, like, inquired about the tickets.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got a whole bunch of people that didn't get them. So is there a list? Like, oh, by the way, someone can't make it, so, this next person on the list is going to go. That'd be nice.
I think probably the best route to go, I don't think there would be any problem if you were to contact the city and say, I can't go. I'm going to send this person, or this person's going to take my place.
Yeah.
Here's their information. Here's their name. Here's, who's going to be in the car with them. All that information.
That's right.
And then it should be fine. I don't see why there would be an issue.
Don't forget to call and harass Dave Zethov.
That's right.
That's right. That's who you're going to want it. Special events coordinator for the city of Yellowknife.
Always call and harass Dave Zethov.
Absolutely. No matter what's going on in the city.
Yeah. You don't have to have a reason.
You know what? Just launch into your rant. And then when you're done in about a minute or two, he'll just be like, so I'll just connect you to the right person. Big ups to the city of why do I have to keep on saying big ups? Big ups to the city of Yellowknife and AJ for all their hard work.
Yep.
And
Pito helping out as well.
Pito, of course. That's right. Getting in there and helping us in the city do this one more time. And another time on October 2nd, which is Cabin co-founder Adam Vivian's birthday.
Hey!
He's turning 39.
Happy birthday, Viv.
Oh, my God. That means 2 months from now. I'm turning 39.
How's that feel?
Gross. But at the same time, I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, I don't like what I see. But at the same time, I'm like, looking pretty good for 39.
Yeah.
Again.
Going on 25.
This is what comes from avoiding manual labor your entire life.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
It takes a lot of entitlement and privilege to do that.
You got to be an idea guy to have a face like that.
Good idea guy. Or be so poor at things that people are like, just go sit over there.
Yeah.
Go sit over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going and sitting in the corner doesn't really take its toll on your body. It's nice.
Oh, it does.
I mean, I guess
don't know.
it does.
Gravity's taking
You stand
its toll.
up once in a while, you walk around,
That's right.
get the blood flowing, and you sit back down.
Yeah.
Do nothing, and you're good.
Yeah.
And that's how you look after.
That's right. Just like young face, obese body.
Porcelain skin.
Porcelain skin. Porcine skin. Like pork, porcine.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pig.
Yeah.
Drive-in movie tonight. Have fun, y'all. Back to the Future. What a great pick for the first drive-in movie of the fall.
Jesse, I have one question for you, though.
God.
I know you wanted to end this, but
What?
It's been burning with me since 1985.
Oh, wow. Burning inside you.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Oh. Well, we don't really say that word anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a word that you used in the 50s. They don't use it anymore. No, it's just what's a gigabyte? It's like 1,000,000 watts. Gigawatt, right?
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so, because it's gigawatt, but it's just like I think it's gigawatt?
And can only be achieved by a bolt of lightning.
Only be achieved by a bolt of lightning, 6.21 gigawatts or whatever it is.
While going 88 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
They really had to catch lightning on a bottle for that to work. It's really unbelievable. I don't even know why anybody likes Back to the Future. It's so fake.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
A lot of people asking about what's going on Halloween, and and with good cause, right? Sarah Price has that story for you at cabinradio.ca. NWT's Halloween rules on certain residents prep anyway. Then there's a picture of the Hardy house. Ed and Jackie Hardy always do up a wicked spread at their house on Finlayson. So, I mean, obviously they're probably chomping at the bit to figure out what's going on. So, I mean, it's pretty unclear how Halloween's going to look this year, obviously. It's on a Saturday, though, this year. So for adults, boom, boom.
Sweet. That's
right?
good news.
Everybody get together and have a socially distant party.
I ordered a costume
Did you?
for once
Oh,
instead
what
of
is it?
actually
like
last minute putting something,
Just throwing
dripping,
on a
cutting a
garbage
hole in a
bag.
Yeah.
towel or
Yeah.
something.
I'm not into Yellowknife. I'm not into Halloween enough yet to pre-order something that far in advance. So
Well, we've got a bit of this is a word that I didn't grow up with, a tickle trunk.
Yeah.
A tickle trunk, yeah.
You didn't grow up with that. Yeah, you didn't
Well,
have
you
Mr.
didn't grow up with
Dress-Up.
Mr. Dress-Up.
No.
Yeah,
What
so-
was Mr. Dress-Up's Australian equivalent? Mr. Dundee.
Blinky Bear, maybe?
Blinky Bear.
Yeah.
Mr. Dungy? What's a dungy?
I don't
Is
think
a
that's
dungy is
I
an
don't think it's a
Australian
commonly
thing, right?
used
What?
word.
What's a
dunny.
A dunny.
That's a
A
toilet.
dunny.
What, is that a what?
A toilet.
A toilet.
I could have guessed that a dungy was a toilet, really.
Okay, what would be
Yeah.
a tickle trunk in Australia then?
I don't think there's an equivalent.
No?
Yeah, it's
A chest.
A place where you put your costumes.
A giggle chest.
Costume Jesus.
A chesteroo.
Chesteroo. So with obviously we're still under these restrictions. But I mean, obviously the Hardys are saying like no matter what they're going to do it. They're going to have the Halloween house. So I've seen a lot of this, obviously, across North America. People are trying to figure out what they're going to do. People coming up with solutions like little candy shoots, so he keeps you 6 to 10 feet away from the kids.
I saw that using cardboard tubes.
Yeah,
That's
so
kinda
they go to the bottom of
ingenious.
your stairs, right? And they say trick or treat, and you just toss a candy in the chute.
I would
right?
do that. Pandemic, no pandemic.
Yeah,
It's
right.
just a cool
Stay
way to
away
do
from
it.
my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't climb my
Just
slippery
work on your
stairs.
3-pointers.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell them to open their bag.
slingshot.
And
Oh,
swish.
Little
that'd be
slingshot.
cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Especially gumballs.
The Hardys also shared a little tidbit that they're planning on moving within the next 2 years.
They are.
So they're planning on selling their house,
Yep.
which is a lot of pressure for whoever happens to buy that
right.
house.
Yeah. No, that's going to be part of the sale. It's like if you're not
Yeah.
going to do Halloween like we do, get the hell off our property.
Yeah.
It's not really their choice. A bunch
No.
of kids are going to show up anyway.
I think we'll find a way. You know, if with the kids showing up, I thought you meant like they don't have a choice but to be the Halloween house
Well, there's that
of the
too.
town, and if they're not, I think we just evict them.
That's right.
We can kick them out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's city
just
decision.
repossess their house.
Yeah, the city buys the house. It has to be the Halloween house.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's all about tradition.
They did mention in the story that they one of the options they've considered is using a potato gun just to launch candy at kids from
That's-
across the driveway.
Amazing.
Fun, but probably not a great idea.
But the thing is, I mean, they're the perfect family to talk to about this story because, I mean, other than I haven't heard of any other family that has more kids than they do every year.
Yeah.
Last year they had 500. They handed out 550 bags of candy.
And that was a scaled down year. For
Yeah.
them.
Well, I mean,
Crazy.
yeah, I mean,
I think they were trying to scale it.
They
back.
try. I think they tried to like. We're not going to do it as much this
Kids
year.
didn't allow them.
Yeah. And then 550 kids show up. But they do bags of candy. It's not just like individual candies. They do like they'll make 600 little bags of treats.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So I mean, you hate to see something like that kind of go the wayside. So it sounds like we'll be able to figure something out.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, Halloween candy's already in the stores.
Well, I mean, we were kind of talking. Of course, it is already got a box. It'll be gone.
Yeah, half gone already.
End of the weekend.
Yeah.
But
Which one did
we're-
you go for first?
I went for the
Chocolate or
standbys.
candies?
The
But,
Nestle combo?
which one's that?
The Kit Kat, Coffee Crisp.
Kit Kat, Coffee Crisp,
Yeah,
Smarties, and Arrow.
Yes.
The other favorite is the Mars one, which is the M&M's, Mars bar, Snickers, and
I think Twix is in there?
Twix.
Yeah.
That's a gooder.
I
good.
like
You
to
can't
throw in
lose
a
either way.
Maynard's as well. I like
Oh,
like
Maynard's.
a candy
Whoa.
as well.
And have
instead of a
Swedish
chocolate.
fish and chocolate together, bro.
Wait, Swedish
Yes, you can.
fish?
Yeah, that's the Maynard's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Swedish fish,
You can
Sour
Swedish
Patch
There's
Kids.
Swedish berries as well.
Swede-
Okay.
oh,
The Swedes are
sorry,
all
I've
over.
never heard of Swedish fish.
Wait, is it Swedish fish?
There is also a Swedish fish, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's.
Oh, is
I
that on
think
that?
it is what.
Yeah.
What?
All right. We were talking about the restrictions, and we were talking about this in regards to the YK women's hockey getting permission to play hockey, kind of tying this all in together, basically being like a lot of people complaining, right? Obviously, that we have these restrictions, haven't had a case in 4 months or whatever. Why do we still need to do this?
Right.
And but the answer is annoyingly simple. If people didn't try to subvert these rules, we wouldn't have to have them.
People can't be trusted.
But well, they can't be trusted. Now, I was saying I was a bit more of a cynic about it. I was talking to Ollie about it, and I was a bit more of a cynic. Aren't these rules still in place after 4 months of no cases? Just an admission that their protocols at the border, their protocols are ineffective. And he was kind of like, well, partially, but also like we were saying that's partially that, but it's also partially that like people are just going to always try to get around the rules.
yeah, you
Right.
no
always
matter
got to
what.
go a little too far so
Yeah.
that there's some sort of you kind of meet in the middle.
Exactly,
Which
because
is
you can't because
kinda-
people can't be trusted.
Yeah,
like
it's
I
not
know
good.
that people have come over the border from Alberta and not quarantined. I know it.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
But
like
the-
I don't know them personally, but like you know that there is.
I'm sure
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's people with exemptions that like it's like why do you get an exemption? Well, it's
Yeah, or they have applied for the exemption and then just did it anyways.
Yeah.
and they still haven't gotten approval.
Yeah.
Which is bit of both sides. But
Oh yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, if you have something you need to do, go over the border and come back, and the approval doesn't come back in time, it's like, well, I'm going to go do this anyway because I have to.
But
Yeah.
none
And you
of
guys
those
are taking
people are playing hockey, right?
That's right. None of those people are playing hockey or
Hockey.
handing out Halloween candy to kids.
And-
Hockey's all good folks.
you can tell it's boiling over a little bit now. Like that's really.
Oh, it's starting to.
Yeah.
People are starting to get upset because
Yeah.
our Halloween story, the comment section, basically the Halloween story is just said, we don't know what's happening, but they're going to tell us early October what is going to happen.
Yeah.
And instantly people are already upset. Well, there better not be any restrictions and there better not be this.
Oh, I know. You can't mess with people's Halloween.
We don't know what it is yet. So you can't get angry. That's kind of.
Brace yourself,
Yeah.
because there probably will be.
You can
There's
get
some-
pre-angry.
Well, okay, I think we'll come up with a solution that like it might be different. And I mean, for stuff like this, like Halloween is. Listen,
Here's the thing.
I love
This is
Halloween.
what we need
I
right
do
now.
love Halloween. I'm not as so much into the dressing up anymore, but I love a horror movie. I love, I love what we do, and we go out and shoot our Facebook lives and catch kids with costumes and talk about their candy and all that stuff. I love it.
Get
love,
harassed-
love,
Get
love it.
harassed by
Yeah,
kids sometimes.
Absolutely get harassed by kids. Oh, if we go out this year, we're kicking ass.
Yeah, Scott
Some
and
kid,
Ollie got
if some kids
harassed
start
pretty
throwing
good.
rocks at us, I'm gonna beat them. I don't care. I'll just shove them into the snow and spit
Oh,
on
they
them.
only threatened to throw rocks. Jesse, calm down.
No, right. Well, punks like that need to be straightened out. So I do love Halloween, and at the same time, if it was canceled, like if we had a big outbreak, say like we have an outbreak, 25 new cases, and they're like, listen, Halloween's done. People would lose their minds because it's like, this is what we do every year. It's a tradition. It's just like,
Well,
if
there was an
need
outbreak,
to be there though?
I think there would be
Yeah.
a little bit of tolerance.
I think,
Yeah,
people
there would be some tolerance,
Yeah,
but there'd still
for
be
sure.
people who are really upset. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's something to get upset over, but it's at the same time, it's just like I don't know. I have a tenuous grasp or a tenuous kind of connection to these traditions that we do every year, where it's like, if it didn't happen, it's not the end of the world,
Right.
You know what I mean?
year,
We
hopefully,
try something else, or like eventually it'll come back, right? So it's one of those things where I'm like, if it got canceled, it wouldn't be a huge deal to me. We just have to figure out another way to do it.
Yeah,
You
and
know
if,
what I mean?
if they had a reason, like if there was a bit of an outbreak,
Yeah.
I don't think there would be. I think
Oh, there would be.
there's going to
Oh,
be.
there would be.
There's
Of
gonna
course there would be.
But I don't think the masses would be upset. I think
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of people that'd be like, okay, yeah, we get it, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
if there's still zero, I think that's the really burning point.
Yeah.
Is the fact that
Of
there's
course.
zero cases since April.
Yeah, 0 cases since April, but it's the fact that people are still going to try to subvert the rules that are in place that cause these things to happen. Why, like, you can have a friggin' squash tourney in Iqaluit, but you can't play squash here at all,
Yeah.
or things like that. Or you can play basketball, but you can't play hockey, or you can play hockey, but it has to be 4-on-4. And you have to dress at home and shower at home because, like, who doesn't want pneumonia in the middle of the winter? Like
Well-
leaving the rink all sweaty.
To be honest, it's about time hockey got rid of left wingers. Like, really? Come on.
That's pretty good.
Talking about people who are going to be upset, the sporting community, I think, is going to be
Oh yeah,
a huge one in this because we're coming into that season. End of September is when all the sports start.
Yeah.
And the winter, there's a lot of people that's all they do in the winter. They
absolutely.
just play sports.
Define. That's a defined part of their life is the participation
100%.
in sport, whether it be rec or like elite level, like
Yep.
hockey, cross country skiing, all these.
Yeah.
all these
Especially
things.
parents, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They play sports and then their kids play sports.
Yep.
So a huge part of their life in the winter is sports.
Yeah.
You take that away,
It's gonna be tough.
all of a sudden they're scratching their head going, what are we going to do in the winter? I think that is going to be a really, really touchy
It will be.
point
It
in all
absolutely
this.
will be. And if it comes to the point where we have to do those things, again, it's going to be up to us to kind of adapt.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can't take the kid to the rink. What are we going to do? It's like make a rink on a lake and
Yeah, backyard.
and take your kid out there if you can.
Little pond
obviously,
hockey.
yeah, exactly. So obviously, there's a bit of entitlement, here, I suppose, where it's like you may not be able to do that, but however you're able to adapt, then this is what we have to do.
Yeah, and I think the inconsistencies are
Yes.
very frustrating. Yeah, basketball.
Well, and like-
if
and-
you've ever played
exactly.
basketball,
Oh
there's
my
no
God.
sport where
Yeah.
you are closer to a human
Oh
being.
no! I mean, yeah, exactly. Especially if
Yeah.
you're getting guarded hard, like leaning into a guy. It's like his chest is up against your face. You're like, I gotta go for the basket. Like that doesn't happen in hockey.
No,
Right?
or anything like soccer, volleyball, squash.
Yeah, it's not as
like,
if
it
in
just
hockey
doesn't
people
happen
are like
in
skating by
any
each other and
sport.
spitting in each other's mouths. Like,
Not
good-
anymore.
Good shot.
Yeah, not
that was
anymore.
the 50s.
Yeah.
Common practice
That
back
was
then.
pretty gross back in the day.
We drew the line with Brad Marsh.
Well, that's
Like, all
exactly right.
that's
Back in the
enough.
old school days of hockey, it's just like I'm gonna give this guy smallpox.
Yeah. No more licking each other.
Yeah.
Those days are over.
Those days, donezo. So we wait to find out in early October what this plan will be for Halloween. Of course, we'll have that for you. And I think we'll come to a reasonable kind of solution for this. That kids are still going to be out. Adults, you might be SOL for parties.
Look at you and your optimism.
I'm trying to be optimistic. Adults, you might
Well
be
done.
SOL for your parties where you play grab ass with each other and with people that aren't your partners. That's just how Halloween goes.
What Halloween parties have you attended?
A lot of great ones.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Hi. Wheeler, Lecter, and AJ with you on your Friday morning. Quick mensch for the drive-in movie. Once again, tonight, Back to the Future. AJ's with us. Not his idea, but his follow-through.
I've got an idea guy for that.
Yeah, I know you do.
I don't need that part.
That's right. I got all the ideas. I just got none of the know-how how to set it off.
Actually, even I didn't put a whole lot of work into this.
Why?
This is
Did the city take over on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave Zethop at the city did most of the planning for this.
Okay.
Last night we went, chalked out the lines, got a few things set up.
Nice. Chalked out the lines.
Yeah, it's easier for the parking attendants.
Okay.
There you go. Proof that we're back online.
Hey.
Just in case you were wondering.
And proof that there's a small delay in the stream.
Just the tiniest of delays. Perfect. I mean, like we said, tickets are sold out. I was putting it out to Dave whether he could hear me or not. If people canceled and gave advance notice, not for tonight maybe, but for the next one,
Yep.
would tickets become available
I don't think tickets
or spaces?
I don't think they would be available again.
Okay,
but you could transfer. I'd
you
imagine.
can.
I would just email Dave.
Okay.
And say I can't make it, but
I'd like this
these
person.
people are yeah. Because
Okay.
it's a hard list at the door.
Yeah.
So right now tonight, I think you'd probably be hooped because the list is already printed.
Okay. Yep.
And we can't reprint.
Yeah, we can't reprint.
That's
right.
a
We
waste
can't
of paper.
reprint.
Come on, guys.
It's,
Have you ever heard of climate change?
guys, it's a pandemic. We can't reprint lists.
So, but for the next one, I think if you just emailed Dave and said, I can't make it, but Jesse can, we'll just change the list.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know
There
what?
you
I'm
go.
just going to show up.
It's exactly how we predicted it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done.
There you go. Well, at least we got that part out of the way. This afternoon.
Oh,
What?
porta potties this time.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
big. Yeah, well, this is Drive-In Movie Deluxe. There's porta potties.
Yeah.
There are one of them.
There's 3 of them,
3 of them.
3
Wow.
whole porta potties.
That should
Wow.
be good.
That should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
And we were able to turn that light off by the
Oh, thank
all
good-
right.
By
Yeah,
the
the pellet
by
silo
the pellet
there.
boiler, yeah.
Oh,
Just,
That was
thing.
brutal.
just shot it out.
I shot it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
fair
just
enough.
threw rocks at it. Till I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's where I was
Awesome.
all day.
These are the things we learned when we do events, right? We couldn't get it turned off last time. This time you ask 4 weeks in advance, and the city's like, we'll get someone on that.
Oh, we were so lucky. I was chalking out a few lines just so we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And this guy shows up and goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What are you doing?"
What do
Mind
you
your
do?
own business.
Mind your own business, bro.
And can you turn that light off? He's like, "Yeah, they're switching side. I'll do it right now." I'm like, "Oh, yes,
Nice.
sweet." So yeah, all the big issues I think we've solved.
All right, sweet.
I don't know why that little story just reminded me of it, but do you guys have Mel Leonard on Facebook? You
Yes.
see his little story about walking his dog the
Yeah.
other day?
Guys just stopped in the middle of an intersection. Hey, that's a nice looking dog. Thanks.
Kind of dog's that? And this, like, he was holding up traffic
Yeah.
to ask Mel what kind of dog he had, and basically just tell him it's a nice looking dog.
Nice looking dog.
People love dogs, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
The guy behind him was like, what's the holdup? Go!
Oh, there's a dog. All right,
All
take
right,
your
I got
time.
it. Okay.
Take your
Oh,
time.
he's looking at the dog. You know what? To be honest, like you honk at people a little bit, like when they don't go at a green light, because sometimes they have a big truck and you can't see the car right in front of them because
Yeah.
it's so little, and you're like,
Yeah.
and then you see the car, you're like, oh, I'm a jerk.
I
So-
suppose I should
I would've
hold
done
off
the same
on my
thing.
anger for a
honk,
few
honk,
seconds.
honk, and then saw the dog's like, ah, and then you give
aw.
him the nod in the mirror. It's like, I couldn't see the dog. I couldn't see the dog.
I couldn't overhear your conversation. What kind of dog is that?
What kind of dog is that?
Oh.
It's okay that you stopped.
I had a similar experience yesterday. Walking down to my truck, I had my headphones in.
Yeah.
And I heard someone yell
Scream at you.
while I was in the middle of the street. I heard someone yell.
No.
And I went, oh. And I turned around, and this guy was kind of looking at me. So I took my headphones out, and I go, what's up?
What are you listening to?
And he goes, oh, I wasn't talking to you, but you're really handsome.
Yeah. All right.
And I was like,
Yes.
A lot of positivity out there now.
That's
Nice.
great.
I was like, I don't really know what to say to that. And then we kept walking across the street. He's like, yeah, what's your secret?
What's your secret?
And I just I moisturize, I guess.
Moisturize.
It was bizarre. And then as I was walking away, I was like, oh, he must have been yelling to that other girl and must have said something
Oh, God.
to her.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh,
and,
was he, was
and
he
then
being-
I thought he was
Oh,
talking
no.
to me. And
Well,
then so he...
that
That took-
became creepy
That
all of a
takes a
sudden.
turn.
I'm
was he
assuming
like,
he
yeah,
knew
was he
her.
like
Jeez.
catcalling some woman, and then you turned around and he's like, oh, not you.
But you're pretty
But I like
sexy
the way you look, too,
yeah.
buddy.
Essentially.
Oh.
Maybe I inadvertently called him out on it.
There you go. Hey, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
And he overreacted with a, you're very handsome.
And you know what? Sometimes that's all it takes. A little public shaming, even if it's inadvertent. That might make that person
Still
question their
effective.
behavior if they were, in fact, catcalling somebody. It might
Still
be like, oh, God, that was embarrassing. I never want that to happen again. I never want to inadvertently call a man handsome while I'm trying to catcall a woman. I better not catcall women anymore.
You know, that guy was ready to compliment anyone.
I'm going to call my mom.
If he had seen you first, it would have been you he
Yeah,
was
that's right.
harassing.
Imagine if I was with Dre.
And then the
Double
girl
whammy.
would have thought that he was talking to her, and I'm like, "Oh no, not you, but yeah, you're pretty too." Yeah,
Yeah. You know, also pretty.
Everybody
I'm
was
just going to throw this
range.
out to everybody. Yeah, I mean, cast a wide net with your screaming at people on the street. Coming up this afternoon on Shannon Moore, noon till 4. We're going to give this one to Shannon.
1 till 4.
1 till 4.
1 till 4. That's
Yeah.
right. Pardon me.
We do-
Oh,
You're
We do
thinking
news.
2018 cabin radio.
that's right. Yeah. Pre-pandemic. Kevin Radio. We're going to give this one to Shan because she got sent a song, and it was sent to us as well.
right. Yep.
But we're going to give it to her because she never gets. Well, I mean, has she debuted music before?
She like reserved this one weeks ahead.
Oh,
of time.
that's what I
she
thought.
knew it was coming out. She's like, back
Yeah,
off.
she's been waiting for a month.
Everyone,
That's right.
especially you, Jay Bear.
Yeah, Jibber. You'll get to play it too. But Digga Wolf's new release went live yesterday. They sent her the song, and they have a first play this afternoon.
It's a good tune too.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you'll like it.
Why not?
It's 7 minutes long,
I mean, I heard a bit of it. I liked it.
but you don't have the patience for that,
Dude,
unless it's Guns N' Roses.
Unless it's Patience by Guns N' Roses, which is 6 minutes and 19 seconds long.
Good
So
tune though.
We wanted to hype it up for her because, I mean, that's a nice little coup for her to
Yeah.
get first play on that. The only other first play that she knows about is on Q, on CBC. So there you go. There it is.
Cool.
Pretty exciting stuff.
And then Jay will have to wait till out of the bear cave next week.
That's right.
So Jay is sitting at home right now going, no, I'm not ready.
Weeping.
Yeah, weeping. Remember?
I wonder if it's a 7-minute song, like it's a full 7 minutes, or if it's like a 4-minute song with some big intros and a big outro. Big intro.
It's
Well,
a,
that still counts as the
it's
song.
a good intro. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a big intro,
but some
it-
songs
yeah.
are it's one whole song the whole time, and then other songs it's just like a really long
Oh, this
intro.
this one is one thick solid
One
side
thick,
of
solid
beef.
song.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
yeah.
That's what I want. Prime A song.
No
Yeah.
fat in the middle.
No
just
instrumentation without
lean
vocals.
meat.
So, like, if
That's
he's not,
right.
if he's not saying words, he's just screaming.
Yeah.
Good.
Great tune.
That's a thick song.
That's right. So look forward to that on Shannon Moore 1 to 4. She is debuting Digga Wolf's new song, a 7-minute. Can't wait to hear it. Shannon, you go.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Just something that popped up on my feed. If you've heard of Cameo, we've talked about this before. You can now get Carol Baskin to send you a message on your birthday.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. I certainly didn't kill my husband. I'm never talking about Tiger King ever again.
That'd be great.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Want to talk about Schitt's Creek? Mm-hmm. Won its first Emmy.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was nominated for 15 this year. Finally showing it some love after 5 seasons.
Well, it's done now. So
It's done now, so you got to show it some love.
Yeah, that's right.
So it won Best Casting for a Comedy Series, which may not, for a lot of people, it's like, well, it didn't win Best Actor, it won Best Series,
Yeah,
blah,
it's
blah,
not
blah.
a very sexy Emmy.
It's not the
but-
sexiest Emmy, but it's a great Emmy because that show was so well cast.
Yes.
So incredibly well cast. The guest stars, the supporting players, everybody across the board, including, of course, Yellowknifer, Dustin Milligan, in, I think, 40 episodes of the entire series. Like, in most of the series, he was
Yeah.
it.
I mean, he's a main character, really.
He was, absolutely. So big congratulations to the whole Schitt's Creek team. What a fantastic show.
Yeah. So Nicole and I, we were late to the game.
We have
just started the 6th season.
6 seasons. I said 5, but it was 6, and we were late to the show too. We finished it just a couple months ago.
Yeah, and we're kind of in this position now where we're like, oh,
Don't want it to end.
yeah, we want to watch it as slowly as possible, but
just
we
watch it
also
again.
want to watch it as quickly as possible.
So just watch it again.
That is a good solution, and it's The really special thing about that show too is I feel like it got better as it went on.
It absolutely got better as it went on. We the way we watched it, we started watching it, and then we kind of stopped. We were just like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and we just kind of stopped watching it. But then, for whatever reason, we're just like, let's start watching Schitt's Creek again. And halfway through the second season, and then we just blew through it in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And once you get like, season 1, you're like, this is a charming little premise, and it's amusing.
Yep.
Season 2, it's like, okay, it's evolving a little bit, and then from like season 3 on, it just
nearly perfect.
And like every episode,
so good,
it nearly gets better,
and like wholesome, and like but like edgy without being overly like
without being in your face,
without being cynical too. It's not a cynical show, which is something that we've remarked on, or I've remarked on when we've talked about this, is that like I'm a pretty cynical guy. I like a nice little edge to my things. I'm an edgy pretty. Anyway, so the fact that it's just like this wholesome, uncynical show, it has like it deals with a lot of hope, a lot of like really just kind of uncynical, I think is the best way to put it. And it heartwarming.
A ton of heart.
Yeah, a ton of heart. That's what it is. It's a ton of heart.
Yeah. And I mean, took on, some things from a social angle, of course.
A little bit, but didn't deal with them like this is a very special episode of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Just like didn't comment on things. It was just like this is the way it is, and there wasn't any kind of controversy over who was doing what or or how people identified or anything like that. It was just it was what it was.
It wasn't up its own ass about it.
Exactly. Very nice. Very nice not to have a show that's up its own ass about things. This Is Us. I hate that show so much. I hate it. It's the most manipulative piece of garbage
I watched one episode
I've ever seen, and people love it because they want to cry, right? They want something that makes them cry.
Yeah.
It's like, this is brutal.
Yeah.
It is trying every little tiny trick in the book to make you cry. Anyway, back to Schitt's Creek. Wonderful news for them. Big Emmy win, and just a fantastic show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it now. It's on Netflix. You can catch the sixth season. Won't be on Netflix for a little bit, but it's on Gem, on CBC Gem. So just download the app. It's free.
On that note,
yes.
Before we go for the weekend,
yes,
I want to leave you with a little.
Leave me with
something amazing.
Okay.
With regards to Schitt's Creek. Now, do you remember the episode when I think it's like season 5 when the part of the story arc is that they're doing the cabaret stage show?
Yeah.
And so Alexis auditions for it.
Do you remember the
so
funny?
Do you remember the song that she sings in her audition?
Oh, no, I don't.
She has like this awful, like horribly choreographed dance to it. It's like a very like modern EDM pop song, and it's about herself.
Yeah.
And it's just the most awful tripe. But she commits to it so hard. Yeah. And of course she gets the role. I don't know why. I don't think it's based on this edition. I can't remember how that plays out exactly. But I was rolling in laughter watching this part where she sings this song about herself. They made this song into an actual produced song, and I want to play it for you.
Play it right now.
Right now. Here is I'm a Little Bit Alexis.
Are you ready? Let's do it.
Did it.
I'm a Lamborghini. I'm a Hollywood star. I'm a little bit tipsy when I drive my car. I'm expensive sushi. I'm a cute, huge yacht. I'm a little bit single, even when I'm not. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit of. A little bit of Alexis.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so accurate.
Perfect.
It's a Paris Hilton song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Amazing.
Hide your exes. I'm a little bit Alexis. All right, I want to cut the bit to the bridge here because it just takes you on a little bit of a journey.
Everybody's got a jet ski. Everybody's got a yacht. Everybody's got a pool boy. Everybody's got a horse. Everybody's got a billboard. Everybody's got a vote. Everybody's got a stalker. Everybody's got a horse. But now
He's got a horse twice.
Vroom, vroom, bitches.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
That's so good. That's so good.
There you go. There's your bop.
Amazing.
Your Friday morning bop.
If that doesn't convince you to watch the show, well, too bad. Go watch the show.
With shades of Wix picks.
Oh my god, shades of Wix picks forever, man. Forever. Everybody's got a horse. And she says it twice. Everybody's got a cute, huge yacht. Oh, it's so cute and it's huge.
So there you go. Go back, watch that
Amazing.
episode where she's auditioning.
I'm going to watch it. I got to rewatch it.
You'll appreciate that part even more.
So good. So good. Congratulations again to Schitt's Creek. Yellow Night for Dustin Milligan in that show. Big Emmy win. Amazing. We were going to talk about Hey Clay, but I think we'll leave it. If you go to Co-op now, and then for every $25 you spend, you get some Hey Clay. It's Play-Doh.
And it makes a great bouncy ball.
Makes a great basketball. I rolled into a ball and throw it all over the place.
That's all we were able to create.
That's pretty much, we have no artistic ability whatsoever. I'll just bounce things off walls. See what sticks.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have yourselves a wonderful weekend. It's supposed to be really nice. I don't know, getting around a golf, go kayaking. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
I'll shame you if you don't.
Yeah, that's right. Lecter will shame you. I don't have a kayak, though, so you can't shame me.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you guys after the weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.